For the next 30 minutes, we will explore the unexplained. From mysteries beyond our galaxy to ghostly phenomena in our own backyard, we will dive into our psychic abilities and explore everything from conspiracies to the just plain weird. Welcome to 30-odd minutes. If the truth is out there, we will find it. But only by sheer accident.
Welcome to 30-odd minutes! We're live at the Houghton Mansion, built in 1897, at a haunted paranormal conference, and we're going to take you inside, give you a tour. Just like our studio show, this is going to be live, straight through, with cars going by, no stopping, no brakes. How it comes out is how it comes out. Let's go learn about this amazing haunted building. Come on. Hey, Josh Mantello.
Hey, Jeff.
We're with Josh. He's a Mason. He's a ghost hunter. He's been here at the North Adams Lodge and Houghton Mansion for a long time.
Too long.
Too long. Please tell us. How long have you been here, and tell us about the history of the Houghton Mansion.
Oh, I've been investigating here probably for about 6 years. The basic history is we think we got about 3 ghosts here. We had a series of tragic events back in the early part of the 1900s where A.C. Houghton, his daughter, and his chauffeur all died within the span of about 11 days, from August 1st to August 11th.
A.C. Houghton?
The one and only, the cranky old ghost himself.
First mayor of North Adams?
Absolutely.
Built this beautiful mansion. You're going to get a tour. Hang in there. And believed to be haunting here.
Oh, it's still absolutely him. His daughter Mary and John Witters, his chauffeur, are still kicking around here somewhere.
How did they all die?
Well, they all went for a drive one morning, and John Witters at the wheel. Mary Houghton died in an accident just over the border up in Vermont, and John Witters felt pretty bad about it and shot himself the next day. And AC, they said, just died of a broken heart after losing his friend and daughter 10 days later. And
so what kind of things are people reporting in this building?
Oh, we get all sorts of things, from shadow people to EVPs to orbs to people being touched. It's everything. This building is just a hot spot, no matter what.
Well, we're going to go through the building. We're going to learn about your personal experiences. We're going to meet with some other folks throughout. This is going to be really cool. And if we make any mistakes, we got to keep going, because that's how we roll. All right, let's get to the basement and get in one of your emails. If you want to email us at info@30oddminutes.com, visit our website, 30oddminutes.com. We want to hear from you. Come on, let's go see if we can find Sarah. We have to run. It's pretty big. Men's room. Sarah, what are you doing here?
Just a second, I'm tweeting. Hi, kid. All right, so we got a viewer email. It says, I just wanted to say how much I enjoyed the show. I feel so comfortable with all of you. It's like hanging out with an old king and my weirdo friends. The guests and topics are always goofy and educational, wrapped into one single show. Love it, bring on more of it. From Melissa in San Francisco.
We love San Francisco and Melissa. All right, thank you, Sarah.
No problem.
Again, write to us, info@30oddminutes.com. Check our Twitter, check our Facebook. We're always listening. Were you making bunny ears?
Not at all.
No. All right, we're going to check in with Sarah again, but first we're going to go down to the basement, one of the scary hot spots. Are you ready, Josh?
Oh, let's go.
All right, let's do this. Watch your step here, everybody. It's dark. I'm thinking, yeah, there we go. Talk about creepy. Is this awesome? It's haunted because it's supposed to be. All right. Now we've got some investigators down here. We've got Tim, we've got Nick, we've got Jerry. Right?
That's right.
Right. Got it. Tim, tell us about your group.
I'm in a group called Nightfall Paranormal. We're out of Methuen, Massachusetts. We're here to investigate this area and join Harvest Moon for their fabulous investigation.
All right, excellent. Nick is a Mason here. He's part of Berkshire Paranormal. You've been in this building for years, spent tons and tons of hours. What have you experienced down here in the basement?
The little girl laugh. I've heard her. We've seen shadow figures. We see these little light anomalies that we've developed a name. I think we call them sparklies, where they're little teeny flecks of light. that are different colors, red, green, blue.
Right.
Those happen periodically down here. You know, you'll hear footsteps on the floor. There's a lot of really cool stuff that happens down here.
Yeah. Well, those footsteps right now are people walking above us, so I know that. And Jerry, is this your first time at Houghton?
It is the first time that I'm here, and I'm happy to be here. It's great so far. I can't wait to really dig in and do some really great investigating.
All right, so we've got some toys here on the floor. I see you got a Mel meter, which is measuring EMF and temperature. You've got audio recorders for EVP. You've got your K2 meter, which lights up and can pick up stuff. That one doesn't work. Just kidding. Maybe it works. And a trigger object. You've got some toys for the kids to play with. So we're gonna check back in with these guys at the end of the show to see what you find. Let us know. All right?
I will.
Thank you guys.
Happy hunting.
All right. We need that light to get out. Josh, you had an experience down here, right?
Oh, absolutely. Actually, it's right in this area too. If you come down here and you spend enough time down here in the dark and get your eyes real dilated, you'll actually see a shadow figure coming through this doorway. They talk about a little girl. It's about this tall.
Right.
You actually see it kind of peek its way in and out and look and actually kind of make its way down the hallway we just came down.
And you've seen it.
Oh, many times, many times.
Oh my gosh. All right, cool. Well, we're going to come back here. Let's get to the rest of the mansion.
And these doors like to slam shut on their own.
This is going to be great. We're going up 3 flights of stairs. Andrew, you with us?
Yeah.
Keep coming. This is the servant stairway. It's not, we're going to come down the main stairway later, but we're going all the way up to the top floor. Get your exercise today. All right. We stop at nothing for 30 odd minutes. All right. This was the servant's entrance, and this is the room of John Witters, right?
Yes, this was, at the time of his death, he wasn't living here, but this was the servants' area of the house, so we do feel he probably did spend some time in here.
Right, okay. Now what's interesting too about this room is you guys had a funky photo taken.
Yeah.
It's this window, but the photo's taken from the outside. Here it is, take a look. We're showing it.
Awesome.
What do we see in the photo?
You can see it looks like a long-haired, maybe man or older woman, looking right out probably this pane of glass. The head probably goes to about here.
Right.
Looking out down at me, taking a picture.
And you took this photo.
I did. There's no curtains in the window. There hasn't been curtains probably for as long as I've been alive, so that's a good 30 years.
Right.
And at the time of the picture, this was all filled with junk.
Yeah.
So nobody could even stand here.
Very cool. All right. This is pretty wild. The Houghton Mansion, there's a lot of paranormal researchers here. And one of the things that they put in, when did you put this in, this room?
Oh, probably about 4 or 5 years ago.
4 or 5 years ago, a psychomanthium chamber. Here's the idea behind it. The idea is mirror gazing, where you look into a clear optical depth. It's not a new idea. It goes back to ancient Greeks staring in a bowl of water, looking for visions. Now, what they did was they set up a room inside here. We're going to go in a second. Painted it completely black. There's a nice cushy chair. There's a real low light behind you and a mirror. Now, we put in Terry Garofalo of Entities Are Us, who's a cartoonist. Great stuff. We put her in here before the show started. You can see it anywhere. All right. Terry,
Yeah.
how's it going in here?
Oh, it's exciting.
I think you're going to have to just turn around for us.
All right.
Terry from Entities R Us. It's been nice and dark in here. Have you seen anything in the mirror?
Actually, there's something kept blocking the light and coming back, and
Interesting.
then blocking the light and coming back, and then I could just feel energy going on.
Really?
Yeah, interesting stuff.
Do you want to stay in here a while?
Oh, I could hang out. I like being alone in the dark. It's all right.
Awesome. Well, thanks for doing this. So the whole idea, there's the mirror, and the idea is you don't want to see your own reflection like Andrew.
Yeah, I don't want to see my own.
Ah, come on. Well, cool. Well, thanks for playing with us, and enjoy your insane visions.
Oh yeah, I
All
like
right.
that. More cartoons.
Thanks, Terry. You got it. All right, let's keep moving. This is a Masonic Hall, and this is Josh. This is the locker room.
This is a locker room, and that's pretty much what it used for. Back 20, 30 years ago, there was a lot more Masons, and
Yeah.
they had a lot more stuff. And one of the branches was called St. Paul Commandery. They had the 3rd floor, and this is where they stored their uniforms and stuff that they wore.
Okay, cool. Now, There's been experiences here. Our own Matt Moniz. Matt, you've had an experience here. When was it?
About 2 years ago when Jason and Grant were here doing an event.
Jason and Grant of Sci-Fi's Ghost Hunters, for those of you who don't know. What happened?
I was in this little alcove back here doing my own little vigil. There were several other people meandering about doing an investigation.
Right.
I came out to speak to them. There was a chair right where this chair is, not the exact same chair, but heavy wingback type of chair. And as I came out and started talking to a couple of the other investigators, the chair spun and rotated around with nobody near it to touch it.
Holy cow.
And we all saw it, all heard it,
Yeah.
all felt it on the floor move. That got our undivided attention.
What did you think? I mean, were you scared? Were you?
I wasn't scared. A couple of the newbie investigators made some loud audible noises, and a few words that you can't mention on TV were uttered, and
We're a family show.
yeah, and it definitely got everybody's attention when it did it.
Awesome. Very cool. Well, this building, I mean, Josh, from what you've said, this building is active all over the place. Have you had experiences here too?
I've actually seen one of the more memorable experiences I've had was actually given a tour, almost kind of like what we're doing now, except for the group had moved ahead of me down this hallway. And as I walk out the door, I look back over my shoulder to make sure nobody's left behind. As I look over my shoulder, I just see a black mass, shadow, run from that corner out right towards the window. And my first reaction was, do we have everybody?
Right.
And when I come back and look, there's nowhere for anyone to go except for out the window and down 3 floors.
Yeah.
That was a really cool experience in here. Plus, I've had the lockers open and close on me in here. You can hear them if you sit in here in the dark. You hear them kind of creak open and slam shut. It's
Right.
a lot of stuff in this room too.
We talked to a Mason just a few hours ago who said he was up here and was pushed in the hallway. So yeah, it just seems like every floor here. What an amazing place. Okay, since it is a Masonic temple, we want to show you that. Not a lot of people get to see inside these. Come take a look. This is the main staircase. We're going to head down one level. Come on in, check this out.
Hey! You found us!
Sarah, please take it away.
Yeah, so I'm just hanging out here with some of the fans that came for a Paranormal Conference, and I found what you never ever find in this field anymore, which is total newbies. Like, they've never been to any conference before, ever. They've never even investigated anything at all, so this is like their first everything. And so, tell us your name.
My name is Joyce.
Joyce, and she's got her 2 sons here. And tell us, like, what brought you here? Like, what made you want to come to this conference?
Well, I had an experience, and I think I had more curiosity. I've been watching all the shows on TV, and I would like to actually have an experience today, and this is going to be a first for me, and that's why I'm here.
Yeah, awesome. Isn't that cool? And then we got over here our more seasoned investigator, and so she has actually had personal experiences in this very place. As recently as a month ago, you were saying.
I was here a month ago.
So tell me your name and like briefly like what your
My
story
name is
was.
Sandy, and the experiences I have usually are I go to a site, I'm all prepared with my equipment and all my batteries drained, so I'm used to that. That happened just today. When I was here a month ago, I was touched, and everyone, it wasn't just that I was touched, everyone who went into that room and sat in the same seat was touched in the same part
Yeah.
of their face, and that was kind of neat.
Yeah, yeah. All right, and then over here, we've got more kind of they've never been here before in particular, at least you haven't. But he came here like fully knowing like what the history was. He's all like gung-ho to be here. So tell us your name and like kind of what brought you here, and if anything intrigued you particularly about this spot.
Basically, the most thing that brought me here was the amount of activity that I've heard that can happen here, and with the amount of experiences that I've had growing up, that it seems viable for me to be able to want to have an experience in front of some viable witnesses, and you know, make sure it's not just me, and be able to have an actual documentation along to go with it as well.
Yeah, yeah. And what was your name?
Tom.
Tom. And then
Robin.
what was your name? Robin. Now Robin, you're North Adams native, so this is like your hood, right? And so tell us, you know, like why you're here and like if you've had anything going on here yourself or
Well, I grew up hearing about this place, and
long history. then?
It's got a
like
long,
since you were a
long
child
history.
then? Okay.
Yes,
Right on.
yes,
Yeah.
and I've just always wanted to come and investigate, so.
And this is your first time?
This is
You
my
finally
first
get to
time,
do it.
yes.
Yeah.
So,
Awesome.
very
See, isn't this
excited.
cool? It's like the best
Hoping
group of
it
people
lives
ever.
up to its reputation.
Yeah, well, I hope so too, man. I do. I'm really happy to have you guys. So, yeah, we're on. And last but not least, what do we got over here? Tell us your name.
Well, I'm Frances, and I just came because I was curious.
Yeah, and that's reason enough. That's all why we're all here, right? We all start out just being curious and figuring it out as we go along. So, yeah, so that's good. So where are you off to next, dude?
We're gonna talk to Josh right over here. Come on over. All right, tell us about being a Mason. Josh is a Mason. He's got tattoos. I've seen him. Maybe that's too much information, but
Could be.
what happens in the Masonic Hall here?
Oh, it's just in here, non-paranormal, this is where we just hold our regular monthly meetings and just
Right.
regular business like any other fraternity or club. Paranormally, we originally thought nothing was going to really happen here because this isn't part of the original building. So we thought, no, it's not part of the original building, maybe the Houghton's aren't really sneaking out in here. But lately, in the last few months, things have been kind of kicking up in here. We're in here investigating one night and we were asking, thinking maybe there might be some Masons hanging out in here still. And we were asking, if you're a Mason, can you knock on the walls? And sure enough, you would start hearing knocking from every direction.
Oh my gosh.
On all these walls. And even just last week, I was in here with some friends who were just becoming investigators and kind of training them and teaching them. And he goes, can we do a shave and a haircut? You know, so we'd go. And sure enough, we had a cell sensor over there, and sure enough, we did that, and I seen it goes beep, beep.
Oh, that's funny. Okay, this is a weird question. Can we switch chairs?
Oh, sure.
I'm feeling pretty insecure. Oh, that's way better. Oh my gosh, isn't this better? Isn't it?
Yeah, you know, it's a power thing.
Oh my God, I feel powerful. Okay, so being a Mason, can you show us the secret handshake? No, come on. We can't do that. We can't give away all the secrets. But this is cool, and I think the first time I came here, I was really struck. I've been here a lot of times now over the years, and I've never been in a Masonic Hall before, and it's cool. It's cool to be in this kind of sanctuary. Now, do you know when the addition was added?
This was added in the 1920s.
Okay.
And unlike a lot of other Masonic halls, you don't look like this one. This was specifically built for the purpose of being Masonic Hall. The sky-colored ceiling to the indented tassel and mosaic pavement on the floor, it all has a purpose.
All right, which you could tell us, but you didn't tell us.
It'd be messy and there's
No.
bodies to hide.
Completely understand. All right, very good. Well, thank you so much. Let's keep moving. A lot of ground to cover. It's a big place. What other show shows you walking? We're gonna head right over here, and we're good. To Mary's room. First of all, I'd like to thank my good friend and fellow oddball, Andrew Lake. There's a picture of him right here. Hey now. Okay, this was Mary Houghton's room, right?
Yes, this was actually, the room we're in now was actually kind of two rooms. The divider's kind of right above us here, but this was Mary's bedroom. It's probably the only room in the house we were able to date back and document who actually belonged to. So it's a nice little secluded corner room of the house. If you actually put that wall there, she had her own private bathroom, big closet, corner room.
Right.
Every girl's dream.
Right, of course. Now, there's been paranormal activity in this room too, right?
Quite a bit. Not quite as visually stunning as the shadow people and lights of the basement and shadow people of the upper floors.
Right.
But then here's where we get a lot of the EVPs and the cool pictures. And even a few people even kind of getting touched and having to leave the room due to some odd feelings.
So EVP, electronic voice phenomena, what are they saying?
All sorts of things. The most popular is Get Out. We've all heard one of those.
Sorry.
You know, are you happy here? Yes and no. It's Mr. Houghton. We've asked Mr. Houghton if he said children here, if his children are here with him, and we got an answer back saying yes, one is here.
Right.
There's been so many of them, I can't even think of them off the top of my head now.
No, that's amazing. And now, I remember the first time I was here, you were telling me about there was a chair.
Yes.
That she didn't like you sitting in. How did this work?
And we don't know where it came from. It's actually this chair, and it's usually more over here. Now this chair isn't an original chair.
I will in a moment.
It's not an
Building
original chair. We brought it here, not we, but the Masons. Somebody
Yeah.
along the lines after the Hopkins died brought it here. So we don't really know why this chair is haunted. Or maybe this is where her bed was. Maybe this is where Mary used to sit next to the fireplace and read a book, and
Yeah.
she doesn't want you sitting here for some reason. But people will sit in here, and it's been a mixed bag. Some people say it feels good, almost as if their shoulders are getting massaged, where other people feel like they're getting pushed right out of the chair and can't take it and have to leave. There's actually some Kleenex still on the chair over there. Somebody probably couldn't take it and was crying. You've had people break out crying in here.
Well, I think it's only fitting that I... Oh, that's good. Appreciate that. So, all right, I'm sitting here, and how many shows does the host blow their nose on camera? And I'm good.
Okay.
Now, have you been pushed out of this chair?
I have not. The only thing I've ever had kind of related to that chair is I've had a pretty good EVP where actually when I sat in it, somebody screamed. It's on the recorder. As I'm sitting, and I say in the recorder, I'm going to sit in your chair, and as I sit down, you hear this scream come over it. So I figured I just sat on her and made her upset.
Okay, so tell me, why do you... Nothing happened, by the way. I didn't feel anything. Do you want to try it? Let's see. We got to be thorough.
Give it a try. Yeah.
Please. Ah! That was the... Do you feel the sudden urge to blow your nose?
It is kind of itchy.
Here, please.
Oh, yeah.
We want to be thorough
Yeah,
in 30
yeah.
odd minutes. It's all about getting you the whole story. So why do you do this stuff? Why do you look into the paranormal?
You know, it started out with just a general interest.
Right.
You know, just something, because it was a cool hobby. It seemed like a cool hobby at the time. And now I like to do it more for the aspect where we can actually help people.
Right.
You know, yeah, we're maybe not be helping people here in the Houghton mansion, but when we go out to other places, to private residents, these are people who aren't comfortable in their homes, and we can go in there and either tell them it's not a ghost, you have a leaky toilet, or you do have a ghost, don't worry about it, it's not mean, or we can help you get rid of it somehow.
And how do you get rid of a ghost? How do you get rid of something that is so intangible, it seems?
No, it's more of a faith-based thing, I think. It depends on, you know, it gets into more of what the person's faith is. Are you Catholic? Are you Christian? Are you Buddhist? Are you Baptist?
Right.
You know, and you kind of go from there. It's not, we don't usually do any sort of removal. That's where we call in, you know, different groups that say, if you're Catholic, call a priest.
Yeah.
If you're Christian, call a whatever, you know.
Yeah.
Call whatever you believe in that might help.
Right, understood. And so, but that's one of the things that it's funny to me because it seems like society, for whatever reason, has agreed to draw a line between ghosts and religion. There shouldn't be. I mean, right? I mean, we're talking about spirituality. We're talking about the hereafter. But but it seems like it's almost safe now because of all the TV shows and because of all the books and magazines and conferences. It's almost safe to talk about ghosts because you're not offending anyone's religion or belief system. But I don't see the line. I think it's blurry at best.
What is religion except for a promise of a good afterlife?
Right. Or, a devotion to beer and pizza.
Yeah, so if your religion is, looking for a better afterlife, well then obviously the religion believes in an afterlife, and that should help the people who are in it.
So, I mean, you got into this, like you said, as a hobby and things like that, but have you found any kind of deep personal answers since you started?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. I think I've became more of a believer in some sort of afterlife, where when I started I was more skeptical of it. I definitely feel there's something out there, because I've experienced it, seen it, felt it. But other than that, I haven't had that life-changing moment yet.
Yeah. But you've seen things. How do you that didn't change your life? That was just like seeing the shadow in the basement.
Actually, the biggest thing that probably affected me personally was the first time I was actually physically touched by a spirit.
Was that here?
It wasn't here. It was close by. Actually, it was one of AC Houghton's employees. It was his treasurer for his company. It was his house, and sure enough, he punched me in the back.
Oh my!
And then 5 minutes later, another investigator, he actually punched him, knocked the wind out of him.
Wow, like painful punch, like.
For me, it was more of just kind of a very firm push.
Right.
But the next guy who went in the same room actually went ooh.
Yeah.
And it took the wind out of him, punched him hard.
Amazing stuff. All right, very good. Let's keep moving on this tour of the Houghton Mansion. So we are here for a conference. Let's go down and check that out. Angel, one of the conference organizers. Great job. We were just giving everyone a tour. Come take a look. Terry's back from the psychomanthium chamber.
I was injured.
What happened?
I had a splinter. I took it out though. I was bleeding though.
Would you call that paranormal? Come on.
It's called stupid normal.
Oh, all right. Take a look. These things are great events. Right now there's a speaker going on in the main room, but you can see we've got stuff set up everywhere. Terry's Envy's art up, some author, who knows. Hey, wait a minute. I know that guy. Not too long, they'll say it's a plug. And what do you got?
Acme Holy Water. Vlad's Acme Holy Water, character Vlad. It repels demons, elementals, poltergeists, black masses, shadow people, big feet, zombies, in-laws, potential muggers, small children, and vampires. Just add garlic.
And I can tell you, I drank one of these, and it really burns. Going down. I have no idea why. It really burns. Okay, let's go back and check in with our guys in the basement. Josh, you ready?
Let's do it.
All right. Watch your step. Whirlwind tour, back in the basement. Tough to see. We're gonna blind people with this light. It's gonna be awesome. All right, guys, what's happening here?
We had a K2 hit.
Okay, the K2 is the, oh my God, that's all right, I'm okay. Can we do that over? No, just from the beginning. The K2 is the meter with the lights on. And what happened?
Well, we were inviting whoever it was that might be here to speak with us and to invite them to make the green lights turn red. And within about a minute or so from that statement, it jumped up to about 2 or 3, 4 lights. And we've been inviting it to continue to do that, play with the ball.
Right.
Play with Tim. Tim got down on the floor and asked whoever it was that might push the ball to him.
Did you play with a dead kid, Tim?
I tried to.
It's kind of creepy.
But it wouldn't cooperate.
Okay, that's a little creepy. I'm gonna be honest. All right, does anything else happen besides the K2 hit?
No, not tonight so far.
All right, and what about EVP? Have you guys tested your meters yet? Have you?
I'm actually listening to it live.
Okay.
That's why I have the headphones on.
Right.
I haven't specifically heard anything that I could identify as something that wasn't one of us, but I will be listening to it a little bit later on to see if I can't figure out whether or not maybe I missed something. But this is the idea, is to listen to the headphones at the same time to hopefully pick up something at the time so I can have a conversation.
Right.
That's my goal.
So why do you guys do this? Yeah, let's start with you, Jerry. You know, you're sitting in a creepy basement on a Saturday night with a bunch of dudes. No, it's cool. I'm here too. Guilt by association. Why do you do this?
It's a passion. I've had some experiences when I was younger, and I've always been looking for some sort of validation. And the way that we're doing it, we try to use the scientific method. We're not doing it by feeling. We like to use scientific devices to try and see if we can get some real validation, and that's something that's very appealing to me.
Yeah.
Doing those kinds of things will give me the validation of and give me some answers that I've been looking for since I was a young 20-year-old.
Awesome. Nick, in 20 seconds, why do you do it?
It's fun.
Good man. Tim.
Just do it to hang out.
To hang out with dead kids.
Yeah.
And a bunch of guys in the basement on a Saturday night.
A
Yeah.
bunch of guys in a basement.
It's fun. Don't tell me what little kid doesn't love to play with a flashlight in the dark.
Absolutely.
You know?
You're right. And we were talking upstairs with Josh about, searching for answers. And some people find them in religious institutions or in books or in colleges or universities. And we go to creepy basements and haunted places and
Play with dead kids.
Play with dead kids and try to make contact.
Someday we'll get that holy grail, the whole apparition, and
yeah,
hopefully we'll have a camera going.
Right. We can only hope. We can only hope it's a 30-odd minutes camera watching us live, or at least on a pre-recorded, sort of. All right. Very good. Well, guys, we are pretty much right up against the end. I want to thank everybody for being part of this. Thank you to the Houghton Mansion. This has been an incredible place, an incredible haunt. And it's the kind of place where you just kind of breathe it in. You just look around and you can find things in every kind of corner. And Oh my God, that's creepy. That's just Blair Witch creepy. Really? Really?